We're here today at the Nigeria-British Chamber of Commerce breakfast meeting for February, where the issue of power sector privatization will be discussed on how it has transformed from being state-controlled to being private sector-driven, and the prospects for how it would unlock Nigeria's economic potentials.
Between 1991 and 1999, no single capital investment was made in the power sector. You would have to ask yourself, given the impact of power in any economy, what really happened that over a decade, Nigeria made no single capital investment in the power sector. So that led to the situation that we will see in the next slide. Nigeria, we had only about 5.96 gigawatts installed capacity, not available, because available is what I earlier showed you. So installed capacity, which means that most of the plants were already too old to generate any electricity. Some of them were built in the early 60s. And you can see the per capita consumption there, just 40 watts. You can now compare us with other nations, even those who are also on the developing scale like us. You can see how terrible the picture is. This is the impact on the GDP of the lack of power. So we lose 4% of our GDP just because we do not have enough power to drive the economy. So you ask yourself, what's the objective of residential power sector reform? It's obvious. What objective is to come out of the point where we find ourselves, so that we can move toward a modern economy. If you ask yourself how, most of us here have younger ones or relations who are looking for a job, and then you find out there's practically no job anywhere. And if we do not solve the power problem, it will continue, because if we do not create the kind of economy that would afford people the opportunity either to own your business or to work in someone else's business, then definitely we have the kind of problem we have today, where you have massive unemployment.
Indeed, from the presentation by Mr. Mechi Aloke, representing the Director General of Bureau of Public Enterprise, it is clear that this action was key for Nigeria's economy. But the sustainability is important, and it brings both the public-private sector partnership and Nigerians into focus, giving it time to mature, because it's not a short term but a long haul. And we believe that with effective planning, with effective focus, this can unlock Nigeria's economic potentials. You made a good presentation on the power sector privatization, which has been the concern of every Nigerian. First, tell us, you said it started in 1999. Why did it take long to engage in the privatization process?
Okay, you see, reform involves several stages. What was done in 1999 was set up a steering committee by the National Council on Privatization to study the problem and come up with solutions. So what they first did was come up with a policy document, which was approved by the federal government in 2001. That policy document was now passed into law, and that took almost 4 years to pass that law, which is the EPSR Act of 2005. It was signed into law March 11th, 2005. So after that, the process now started of unbundling, because we first had to transfer NEPA to PSN, unbundle it into 18 successor companies. All those had to be done. So you see, it had a lot of activities. Unfortunately, it would have finished before now, but in 2007, upon the advent of the Yar'Adua's presidency, it was asked to stop for the government to study, the new government to study what has happened, and make its own input into the power sector reform. So it was only when President Goodluck Jonathan took over in 2010 that the power sector reform restarted, and was now concluded in 2013.
It is a long haul, it's a long distance, it's not a dash. Unfortunately, as a people and as a country, we always go for the short term. And the answers to most issues is not in the short term, it is in the long haul. And we thought that this kind of interaction was necessary to bring stakeholders together again to educate the public and to let it be known that it's not going to happen overnight. But the most important thing is that there is a program which is being pursued, and that both the government and the agencies responsible are working towards the realization of that goal. And to continue to monitor, and of course to continue to criticize, because people must not get into their comfort zones. So that was the whole essence of it, and I'm quite pleased with the turnout and the quality of the presentation and the interactions, which have taken place.
A lot of things are happening in the power sector in Nigeria today. A lot had happened in the past which the public did not know, but today's event has been able to showcase some of the achievements of the National Council on Privatization, and particularly the achievements of this current government in trying to ensure that we have steady power supply in Nigeria. For me, as a person who has also been involved with the National Council on Privatization, a lot of these things are not news, but for many Nigerians they are news. And I'm happy about the kind of reception that we got today. I'm also happy about the comments that people have given, which essentially is giving an endorsement to the activities of the Bureau for Public Enterprises and the National Council on Privatization. As you heard the speaker say, power is a long journey. It's not a dash, it's not a sprint. It is a long distance play. And therefore, we need to exercise some patience as Nigerians to begin to see the benefits. But what is clear is that the nation is on the right path towards ensuring that we get to the level we would like to see ourselves in a couple of years. The privatization process has been well done. It's been acclaimed worldwide to be one of the best and one of the largest that has ever happened. And again, it's a Nigerian way of doing things that have been impossible to do even in more advanced economies. The NCP has successfully implemented that here. With the generation companies, I think many of them are good to go. Distribution companies, a lot of investment is required. And as you can also notice, there's been a lot of people coming in from various countries all over the world trying to invest in the Nigerian power sector. So I think that in a couple of years, we will all have cause to give glory to God for helping us to get over this problem in Nigeria.